Mahama na kache. Now, for some time now, no, a month for enemy ebedi that says, there've been a lot of a year and somewhere also with regards to Nigeria for a Ghana Krodwe Muhanum say. Now, the issues about Nigerians, are transcend their core akwaba enya sem ketwa na. Me no ka say President John Dramani Mahama otimu say he has been following keenly and closely on the issues Nigeria for trooping in and out of the country. Some of the scandals near their eba efa Nigeria for ehu. Odin semi ababe tuja say wo bom paye pa say Nigeria mine ebetimi afa ntema pa efra say de beya Nigeria for dodo na wo movie in and out of Ghana. Say be Ghana na nkasa no hwe West Africa map no so atim say Ghana ye section ye kuma bi hwe Nigeria is one of the biggest countries in Africa. No omani enka wo mo eman so na same way our president de betu dwanom edin komo twetwe bebre aba a lot of angles to this is coming out ye bedi ho enkomo but answer na no yenkoti ensem our president John Dramani Mahama editu dwa ye ba ye betu ansem no so.
Nigeria is of keen security interest to us. If Nigeria does well, Ghana does well. I mean, when you have cousins, 250 million of them, you want them to do well so that 1 million of them don't come drifting towards a small country like Ghana. So every day I wake up, I pray for Nigeria. I say, God, let Nigeria get their act together. And so I remember when a lot of the people in Ghana migrated from Nigeria. They find their roots from the Yoruba kingdoms and all that. And so the Ghana people and all, migrated from Nigeria. And so
Dramani Mahama ninsema wode etu dwano ene ekokoshe no. Now utimi hu say Mahama is hinting on the fact that for some time now no yehu Nigerians in Ghana na ye chi ashawofo na Nigerians for wom na ye chi nkofo asebe wo mo enter Ghana illegally na for Nigeria for ho obeti ni say Nigeria for ye say recently across South Africa we saw it honsun semu ebeto dwa. So the Nigerians, I mean, yen can say they are invading the space of Ghanaians, but percentage wise, the number of Nigerians are bringing a bribia ye who mo ewo Ghana hanum say na chese Mahama nso timu say ade no sebe nani enje ho with the fact that they are always being seen in the country and Nigeria ni e man put tomato so I'm going to Ghana or man put tomato so I'm going to Ghana. As I say Ghana is the new London and the man Nigeria for and no. And our president says saying Bibia kosu ye wa Nigeria. He believes that some way somehow they will not be moving or migrating from Nigeria to Ghana as and when they want. Now ushemwa na chesa kwaye two things. Firstly, let's tackle the point where President Mahama kasa about the fact saying Bibia koya. That highlights the fact that President of Nigeria Tinubu has to sit up and that is some of the conversations among for Ede Base. President of Nigeria Yera Tinubu, he has to set up and put things accordingly in order Nigeria mind because from what President Mahama Canadian actually said Tinubu is not really working as expected of him. Na so nkoye adwuma ni ye and awobua amane maino sebe eniema akosu ye wo mainimwa. We believe that we would not see them moving from their country to Ghana na omo abeje omaina yeden aboso. And secondly, another conversation among for Akwatri with regards to Nsema President John Dramani Mahama Edia Tujan recently and Nsema yete se waye free borders at the African countries that the rest of the African countries can come into Ghana as at when they want. Na eno ama for James say unim say Nigeria for bar eba Ghana hanum saying it's a big deal for you and I say a hard junior why then do you have to start pushing for the agenda of free borders? I mean, say other countries, other African countries can come to Ghana with visa free near their dear. And to win pa, Saba Nigeria for Bahaneha, Jenna, oh yes, visa free. So the conversation has been going on and on. It looks like our president is confused because Onim the oye. Tell us why you do visa free and allow people to come in when they want. And now you ask, why was it ebe kacha say ye mom paye na Nigeria mine and engineer brand said ebe ya emu nipa de wo mo emba oman ni mu ebiem enti wan kasa wo sha Amanfo bebre are not really happy about ensemo President John Dramani Mahama edebetuja enkomotwetwe no ekoso on and on and on, and Utim says ebi are in support of what he's saying and some are also not in support, say, and he should do things right. Na yehu say no visa free no watwam enye saade manembe kanche ye mompaye sampaye ne de yentimi embo ni nyina mu no say yekopie mu ewo YEA for office mature youth employment agency, the CEO who happens to be Abdul Malik Basenteli ono ena owo honoma sabre de abusianfo ono nso honsem ababeto embonten. So now you could bear with me say Abdul Malik Basenteli aye kan ho asem no apparently amanfo bebre trusted in him with regards to ninsem a kan his words and everything ni nyina kokosi say obaye no, I mean ye fan said the CEO for YEA no o Ghana football so oba obeye say obema youth for ahodo no enya ejuma aye na ejuma omo ebeye no nso no sebe enye just anything. He was even linking some to people traveling outside near there and that's sorry ya Malik Ababe post any emu tricycle ne bicycle ne motorcycle near there na say no ye be delivery services ase ede ama mebunu ewo Ghana hanti on your screen so share right there right there that's where I say youth employment agency ebo ho we show is what deliver na say no there adwuma aba no and say delivery and aye ba be now ochocho ensem bi ewo ne X handle amanfo ahyase comment was e bi twabo no na chese bi chemu say Malik pa go and come and tell us another story. Are you trying to tell us say yenko school mrenkoji certificate ni ade nyina echirenwie na afa de ye delivery riders ana aseme na person o ka che ni on your screens we Twitter Malik or say dear 5K men 3K men, you asked and we shall deliver. In a few weeks time we shall once again move into another phase of ticking our boxes. All is set. More than 5,000 jobs to be created under this model. We can't fail the masses. Inti. We need someone. Abdul Malik Basenteli. Or they ababeto ne X handle so ebusuya amanfo chim say wait this is not a promise Malik made to us. Malik eka kire ye say edwuma no de ewo ho ya hyehya mayen ya ye bekwa brochire ya ye betu kwan ni ade nyina no all is set enche we see ourselves outside the country na say pa no story bang and a Malik beso kache ne bi che say where there you have failed completely. Now some are raising concerns about the fact that yeshe akwanhia hodo a sebe esisi ya kwantempon ahodo no so a ebinum chemu a dodo na moto okada yi ene dey sa akwanhia ne ade eba enti say na wo mobile be introduce a lot o chem say over 5,000 jobs no ani nyina ye delivery courier jobs yi no na che say wo ba be increase the percentage of you can say akwanhia ewo Ghana krodua mu ha na enti utum say a lot of people are displeased about Malik in initiative through the youth employment agency no or the airba man for say wait there this is a no for us. Tell us why Malik wants us to embrace such an initiative. What happened to the promised jobs? Say ejuma oho obema mebunu no enye nnwuma ne ade eno ena ye de ye hu ya na, and the conversation is on amanfo dragon say he should give us another job opportunities. Na sa okada ya o kan wa se me de enkwanhia no ye hu bi sa sa amanfo ahwere omo nkwa because of Okada no we can't come and add up to it the conversation no eguso a ebinom chese we de yejitu mu a enyeye. Well, I don't know for you and said they will drink effort this particular job opportunity maybe chese Malik has failed woefully the position maybe quite chema. There've been some NPP communicators almost they are to just say Malik and Kasano. When I didn't say, and it is not because of the portfolio, it's not because of his competence, because of the fact that he stood on his ground and was accompanied the part of my NDC no na it was a baby na ye didn't know eshe and ye didn't question what a name or babema quenchia adoso e will mu hanum say. So we are still in business. I was here. How the rollout of this initiative no ebeko na ehunsem we beba ne de mo amunim dada ye de ebebremu. Now let's move on to other issues. And che bia coach Otuado na oye Ghana ye head coach the Emma the Black Stars no ebeto dwa say after the friendly matches near there Ghana echo boy ye no sabi said the omudi edi ntwo omu poto no na say immediately na e was see sacking. Now the sack of Coach Otuado, no, there are lots of conversations about Amanfo. So now, who is going to be the next coach? Obe coach Black Stars, because we have just a few weeks, I'm saying a month. Yeah, they Kwakobo a World Cup no ye be any day. And I know say former Iranian coach coach Carlos Queiroz or no and an infoni at that screens no so I was no. Sabre there or no and a Ghana and Penifwana say mekajan say Ghana Football Federation no GFA for afano say Sabre womra na wombe coachy the Black Stars into which I will say Carlos Queiroz appointed new Black Stars head coach. Now, there have been a lot of conversations popping up about the appointment of Carlos as the head coach for the Black Stars. Now, Menoka say, I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering, said the contract and it's saying a day and a home, what is happening, what is going into it, how many years nobody did any other day. If I went into screens so much, this is giving us a vivid details of Carlos coaching and I said the appointment de amano no. So as you can see, Carlos Queiroz appointed Black Stars head coach for 2026 FIFA World Cup. Yes, and he said the canon or no and asabre you know. Now, also the executive council of the Ghana Football Association working with all key stakeholders has appointed Carlos Queiroz as head coach of the senior national team. The Black Stars, the former Real Madrid, Manchester United, Portugal, and Iran coach would lead. Well, Intinacha say Ushemwa, coach Carlos wono na sabre de wo ba be di emrantie nanim de akọ 2026 FIFA World Cup aye ba be kono eho. Now, as you can see, there have been a lot of conversations coming up about Carlos. The games are woko akọ bono. Now, amanfo bebre na kan ho asem so with regards to ne appointment mano as a coach now there are certain things we need to know about Carlos Fire Fano as the head coach at the Emma Black Stars. It's just for a specific time. Now, we'll share what we have here. He says that Carlos Queiroz as new Ghana coach, what we know, he would be on a 4-month contract in Timino Kasede. Carlos and the contractor GFA and then assign no bosome bako and 9 epe ena sebe wo mo assigning it on as the head coach for the Black Stars. Now, Oba or say GFA negotiated down his expected $200,000 a month salary expectation to about $100,000 a month. Intina yeshemwa Carlos now we're expecting senka bosome na contract na ene na kono bosome bia no omo ebema no $200,000 a month. Now so GFA for etimine ne kasaya amasabre de wate so e de about $100,000 a month. Intimino kasai de $100,000 bosome bia eno mo betua e de ama Carlos. Now say 4-month contract will be reviewed after the World Cup. Inti say Kobo World Cup ni wie ne ba ena yɛbɛhɛ sɛ ebia ne modern boss so ani enti yenko so ani ani ne nya adwuma anase ne modern boss anso ani. Now say experience of stabilizing teams in transition and building resilient sites were key reasons for his appointment into omu echirima ade poti enam sunti a eye Carlos wo mo ema no sa appointment we no eye ni hunumu a wo ye hye ne dwumedi a wadi with other teams like Portugal, Manchester United, Iran for a team nani ade na chese wo mu ewogide mapa ewo ni so betimi aboa the Ghana Black Stars. Now was expected to bring in additional 4 technical assistants into omuchema. Carlos Fire fan is a head coach no omo ehwe ni mu kwan say wo de assistants for technical assistant for bako 9 ebeka ne ho na omo aye ejuma. So Ghana will be the 5th team he takes to the World Cup after Portugal in 2010 and Iran 2014, 2018 and 2022. In Ghana, Omanya Tosu Numa, Carlos Edi Omo Ebeko World Cup, where the kind Ede Portugal ekoye ewa afi 2010 emu na Iran ode omako comprensa ode omako 2014 ode omako 2018 and ode omako 2022 enti 2026 Ghana yen na wode yen eko as abrede amanfo ehwe animu kwan say this particular selection ayaye no we are hopeful say ebeboa ama yetimi edi nkunima na say yakoye nim ewo World Cup no emu. Now after say Carlos Queiroz abre ye no say wono ena eba be head coach no wedi odensem bi aba beto embonten so abusuafo ye de two screens so ama o say dear all, it is with a deep sense of gratitude to GFA, responsibility and humility that I embrace this new chapter with the national football team of Ghana into Ochema. Na say ninsema wo kan ekoma nyina yani so say yes abrede GFA for say womre ye adwuma enti adwuma foforo ya wanyan ya obeye de ode ahobrasem ene ahokikan sonko na wode beboa Ghana national team. No, so football has given me a lifetime of challenges, lessons, and unforgettable journeys all over the world. Today, I accept this mission with the same passion and commitment that have guided me throughout my career. Into a trema, ebano football. Achene nyansa bebre amane hu ensuan ehunumu bebre ene niema bi asebe ne re entimi emfi efa awiase afa na nyina enti ende nso wogitumum se wobeye adwuma aboa na Ghana yetimi akoyanim. Now say Ghana is a nation of talent, pride and footballing, so I arrived with respect for its history and believe in its future. Together with unity, discipline and ambition, we will work to honor the expectations of a great football nation. We say we Ghana just a talent ahodo wa hapa na sebi ye ni je football ehunti abra wa bedu Ghana die wode obuo na eba be ye adwuma wo hwe se enkabom enso ebeba na se de ye hwehwe ewo 2026 World Cup ni mu no yensite me aka. So this is not just another job, it is a mission, and I am ready to give everything of my experience and knowledge once again in service of the game and the happiness of people to the future. Carlos Queiroz, head coach, Black Stars into a trema. Where die enye ejuma bi keke na emom ohune se akwanya a ebeboa no ama ono nso di onim ne ne nyansa no watimi ede aboa Ghana ama enije asamba biem, because wa hwe Ghana ye de enije bobo ho papa we are so much into football. I say na anu ayekoye o mo say yin potoya na yehu de yin amanfo bu afu che say obi e keka na dwene e de kire otuado na onye serious na onye say nti ono nso wa ye krado say obeboa ama ya ye adwuma ne nyina mu no enzem foforo mu Thomas Partey ayenim say na anu ada na woka I can see Ghana Black Stars echo boy no ehono. Ninsem ewo quarter ye shape enimu kwan se ensem no ye bedi ensem no ho na enumu no ena ene there is a fresh update coming up about Thomas Partey in the case because enche bia wo mo de 2 counts of a rape case esan kobo dada na ewo ho no eho de eba enie o say Ghana midfielder Thomas Partey denies 2 new counts of rape at Southwark Crown Court on Monday into omuchema Thomas Partey wasa kwakopie mu ewo court ebiem no kodruye no wo chemu se kwadu a wo de bo no mienu ya wo de abebo ne na sese ya no asem no onim ho hwe asabe ye hwe de court enso ebe ye de afa asem no sanse o mesan akwakopie mu court bi ma wo mu betie hearing de afa ensem no but right now I know kase de Thomas Partey chemu akwadu wo de bo no the 2 rape counts no asem no enye no kre wogitu mu a enye yi sanse onim ho hwe now me know kase areho sem anano ada esi ye with regards to Dominic Frimpong Ghana Premier League course a wo mo ekopie mu e wase ne team kopie mu wase Aduana Chelsea FC fo kopie mu wase asebe aturenchem kosi ya bra no mo nam kwanso ba am Roberts ekopie mu so kotutu maybe ka Dominic 20 years old footballer man to anana no mo nsie do no there's been a deep insight and explanation of how everything unfolded now me no ka say sport journalist didn't na wode sa in some way ababe to embonten so yebeko na yakotie the full details of how everything unfolded yeba yebeto ansem no so e de amamo.
This is not the sort of video I would like to make on a Monday morning, but it's a video that I have to make because immense tragedy has struck the Ghana Premier League. I did put out on Facebook late last night around 10:30 p.m. about armed robbers attacking Brecum Chelsea as the players made their way back. It was the Bibiani Guasu Road, specifically in a town called Ayerisu. One player was badly injured in that attack. That player sadly has passed on. Dominic Frimpong was a product of Atram Visa. Atram Visa sold him on to Aduana Stars, and Aduana loaned him to Brecum Chelsea. He's played 11 Ghana Premier League matches for them so far. Scored 2 goals. He's taking part in the FA Cup. Basically, it was the striker Chelsea was hoping would provide the goals for them, and he did score 2 for them in 11 league games. But he died last night, and the details of the armed robbery attack will horrify you. Players speak of how the robbers opened rapid fire effectively on them as the bus driver tried to reverse. So basically, the robbers had blocked the road. Then the driver made a decision that he will reverse and flee from the robbers. Reversed up to a certain point, stops the car. Players begin to flee the car in panic to attempt to hide into the bushes. And basically, robbers reload and then are able to shoot again. Those in front, I think, got away a bit more quicker. Frimpong was one of those who apparently was seated a bit far from that. But as Frimpong and another set of players tried to run away from the bus, the robbers started shooting again. One of the bullets caused Frimpong. He didn't get early response because it took some time for ambulances and the rest, and basically he's died of his injuries. The number of times players have been attacked in the Ghana Premier League during night travels is crazy. Remember an attack on Kotoko many years ago and all that. We would discuss those things, but condolences to his family, condolences to the club. I spoke to Godwin Atram, who knew the player.
I was seeing sport journalist Michael Oti AJ and our church they see anymore. Chemo anache said they asem no esi. Omo ano omo te anymore no. Omo nya omo te didi mu epiefi eye bas ni muntem. Na Dominic Frimpong eka omo ano omo echire no eho. Enti omo epie no ena itu aboba ne koka no. De enam so ema ni wuye no the fact that when nya response in term when your treatment response in terms and say a bedroom bra ambulance na de be do a be ration no ne be call hospital na che say say a situation no agency mo kra eye arehosem na ochema. This is not the first time a particular football club wo mo akwa bobo sebi arehosem way ato wo mo na che say something needs to be done about this, because to me enko entertaining people and also go and play for sacrifice and play for our teams na afei de ensemboni bi sei ebeba beto ye enti se de ye kano no ye de yakọ ebema eye nua bema Dominic Frimpong na busuafo abusia ye kọ ensemfofro eso edia. There've been 2 major arrests akoso na watwi emu. Now this happens to be Abronye wono na yebunu regional chairman ede ema the New Patriotic Party and afei nso yenua bema Abubakar Yakubu nipa bebre efre no Baba Amando wono nso woye sunyan abato empeswa so emu empanifo ni bi edema the New Patriotic Party. Now one more arrest no akose a whole lot of conversations on the internet. I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering their course yeche or more. Now, yes, I say free the arrest of Baba Amando. Wono abrante we de ono yesi asem wo yempenipa onipa ene peni ho asem. Now there've been conversations a whole lot of times about LGBT and all those kind of issues. Now LGBT in some way ena Baba Amando eko make a post about it and no the arrest by. There is a picture and video bia na trending near the and I'm so ema ye koche Baba Amando. Now let's put ninsema wo de koto Facebook and yache no enunye ti we shall say that is his page, them and the society. And so the people in the pictures, the first person happens to be Samuel Nate George and Afe Yera John Dramani Mahama, the president. Then we have Felix Kwache and we have Sam George again, clothed in colors of LGBT. Any idea? Now this particular way has to do with these people. It's as much my NDC for are being reluctant to sign Mekane said the LGBT, anti-LGBT bill, and Sam George happens to be somebody and not all push agenda and den pa during the NPP era. Yeah, that's already yeah. Hey, asemno agensemo. And so these pictures were flying. Emma, Baba Amando, so Echo Posti bi ewo ne page and I'm so yede eko che no asabre de utimu say amanfo bebrechem say baby ayedru ewo Ghana ha eni ana. Now there is a video enche yebekwa kwhwe of the time Baba Amando was arrested and the demonstration so at the premises of the police station ewo baby ye che no yeba ensem ne de busia edoso will delve deeper into why Abronye so ye che no but then yenhwe video we mbra na yento aso. MPP for obsebe womo etai Baba Amando echino and womo chemu se womo ntiase was say womo ejai because this is not anything bia was say womo eko na womo ekochina sabre de womo ye protest mu odeni say Baba Amando was say ejai no emu. Now say dem di kan na ye ono nko a ene ye che no another person ono nso ye che no yankasa ye bunu regional chairman at the New Patriotic Party Yera Abronye. Now Abronye enso ninsema wokoke kanye nam so Emma ebusian ye che no. We have a sound bite of sa ensemo Abronye koke kan. Now so enchemo eba ne se wakasa de etia judge pani wo krodue mu amen ewo efa adenta judge wo adenta circuit court enhu now obi bebusa say what exactly did Abronye say nam so ntia ye che no amanfo bebre na say MPP for mpanimfo akukudam pray for the bill of Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye. Now yentie nensem na okanya and they edeno akwakopie mu ewo aban akukumu yeba yebeto aso.
Yetimi de pressure to see the force say sofo akasa mo nkwache na me o ba cheme a Me, I don't tell you say hammy. Obia bompa yese awurade ma pain enti akofo to fam awurade nkum akofo adon ne na busuafo nyina CID fo ankwankwache no ewo krom ha CID fo ankwankwache no na MPP the next MPP government no yen entertaining political police and there's a fact yen entertaining political judges. Say won't court. And a dabiano, yes, obia di obiatem, won't court ni you are denta ho. Say won't this answer no. We will not entertain some political judges no because you're homo. You're homo. We are entertaining political police for no ewo kroma. We are political judge. And untina dabiano ye nya case ya. Ya de kwa denta ho judge na wa denta circuit court one or your political judge mon calculate cases here na say a denta ho police for ye ya no mo de kwa denta circuit court negotiating by na Ghana police service any a denta circuit court no or your political judge na wa a denta no your political judge oni abana ye negotiation a intimidation court and or my establishing a wadenta ho intimidation court and ya court wa a deliver justice and ya court where you fair because Ghana police service and judge a negotiation and intina case be yan fan kwa denta circuit court or your political judge womo musro sa mbaka kira wono media count me out.
Kwame Bafo Abronye Bono Regional Chairman Edema MPP and I yetin nsem a wode etuja ne nsem we ene ama police CID mpanimfo akwakotebri ne sanse wo trema for some time now no ono wa observe ya ehunu se ensem a etai koso aye arresting Crawford de omukopie mu court no dudu na ye de omukopie mu e wa denta all in the name of judge no woni se judge no is some way somehow having some kind of collaboration with the NDC aban no enti ene ye de ko nso asem no se de ebesi abuagu so na enye ye enti ne nsem we okan ye na echemu se wakasa e de tia judge a wo wa denta court enti wo mesenko no nko provide evidence enko yi ne ho ano e wo nsem a wo de atodwa no e ho nti wei ene nam so a Bunu regional chairman Kwame Bafo Abronye wo mo ache no ene na ni nyina mu no the minority leader in parliament me sure yera osahene afenyo marking so abekasa e dia fan nsem mu a ochemu se dia ekoso no ade a eni ntwa yie ba ku se kra wo sa Abronye wo mo granting ne bill because ebra ye che no na che se securing the bill kra e dia ba Abronye no na emu aye dini a na wo se wo mo nyina de wo ho agi mu bie ne nsem a ode tu edwa no yenjebre na yentie emra na yentu ansem ne so.
So, just as the national organizer has said, we heard of the arrest of our chairman, Abronye, and then our brother, the communication officer, all the way from Sunyani. They brought him. We engaged the police, and they've been reasonable. The initial plan was to detain them. We tried to discuss with them the need to at least release them on bail, and eventually the consensus was that I should stand surety. So I have done so. I've executed a bail bond for Chairman Abronye and Baba Amandu, the two of them. They've released them. They've set conditions for reporting, and we are thankful to them. We only want to draw the attention of Ghana police and the government to appreciate the fact that in a democracy, there must be some level of tolerance. They've raised some concerns regarding some issues that have come to their attention. I'm sure the legal counsel would take those matters up with our colleagues. But I would also want to urge them to be tolerant and let's try and manage some of these things without creating a whole media outrage or showing somebody where the power lies. But let me again thank them, the IGP and his CID boss, for accommodating us, listening to us, looking at the time. They should be closed and gone, but they've cooperated with us. Chairman Abronye was sent into custody. They have brought him back, and then bail has been granted. So, thank you so much.
What were the charges?
No further comment. Thank you very much. His leader has spoken. He has nothing further to say.
A minority leader in parliament, a Yura Sahine, Afenyo Markins, and what the two just say, what the IGP say at least, a womo prayer no, a womo abuama, abronye, in ya bill. Now, Nini Nemono, Menshia South, Mashe Bejani, and an AJ Bafua, one also Kasai, are all condemn it, the NDC say, what ho, and MPP4. They are arresting people. MPP4 chichen crop. MPP4 say, yeah, and being a monso more, no. I mean, if some MPP4 can say, or mobechi obia or can some money edify MPP who MPP sebe minister be who, and then someone DC 4 can near more yeah no. So muka so more chi womunina and Kagana higher beko hana. Sebe why expresses so much disappointment in President John Dramani Mahama and the rest of the National Democratic Congress government no emu penning for yentie said or didn't say no etuja.
It is so bizarre seeing that the government has decided to weaponize these arrests in the trying to cow people into submission so that we'll not talk about the matters on the front burner. That's what they are trying to do, and it's unfortunate. We think that the government should be focused on delivering the jobs. 78% of their own people say that they are hard-pressed for jobs. We have over 80% of Ghanaians saying that the LGBTQ issue remains an issue for them, right? We have insecurity on the ascendancy. Today, we have seen the unfortunate incident of a football bar being attacked by armed robbers, and that one of the players losing his life. It's so unfortunate. We think that government should concentrate its energies in making the people's life better. Can you imagine government sending security forces to Bonahafu just to arrest somebody who has said something which is uncomfortable with? I mean, couldn't the government have concentrated its energies on making sure our security get better? So, what should be a priority is not a priority for this government. I'm not surprised, because obviously it cannot make the right priority choices. And that's why we find ourselves here. They should give the people jobs. They should fix the LGBTQ issues and then, be off their back. And this is unfortunate. It shouldn't be happening at this point. Imagine that if they had been arrested, if the NDC had been arrested for things like a Japadie. Can you imagine Sam George being arrested for the things that he said about the former Supreme Court, for the former Chief Justice? Can you imagine? What wasn't said? President Akufo-Addo was caricatured by their own cartoonist. And all those people were not arrested. Today, you see what is happening. Everything that the NDC said, they are doing worse of that. And that is very unfortunate.
Thank you.
South Mrashe Jenny a year buffer and I think Sema what they to Janache with Trema NDC for Sebe say crado imagine some cry and near man no more can one sem or muchem saying trade MPP4 are not doing well near dinner. They are even doing times 2 of it because and some more can images are any adinina MPP4 did even arrest anybody. And he cited example with a year de Japadie and near can one sem na a kufa doing the bushing for for they want to take over the country a whole lot. Amount for campaign baby, amount for a whole of cartoons to a year portray that, but they didn't arrest anybody. Inti adenti and a womo a repeat sa and semino. Now, ninja some NPP mechanism supporters and fans and so are reacting to the arrest of Abronye and Eye Amando. Na ushen se mo kan ebinum kra pinpoint way back with Eye mechanism evidences on social media about some of the things Omaki campaign near Sam George Munia de Omaya Sebi. They were even left to be roaming in the country without any arrest, and it is confirming in Sema Menshas out MP Nikai. Now, as we are putting them on the screens for you, no to say a lot of people are displeasant about it. Now, if Charlotte Nicole, she happens to be one of the communicators at the MPP, says Malik Basantali did this and got away with it, and it's Baba Amando's post. You want to draw the line. I blame our party leaders for allowing a lot of bullshit go unpunished when they had power. I hope you are watching governance. So we share the two pictures down there. Malik Basantali somewhere 2nd September 2024. Or yeah, a year Baumia post be an actress. Watch Alhaji bin or the preku esi Baumia and say, we know Muslims don't really eat a year pork. And I watch haram. Enti se o chem se Malik Basantali yes anyema we nyina obi anche na baba amando de kakre yo ye ene de matimi akọ no na eye ne ya pa se bra na NPP amanyuko no wo mo ewa aban mu no sebe enipa hodo a na ewo se ye che omo no ewo niema we mu nyina ye jai wo mo mo nenam hono ma yanche omo. Now General Buhari nso another NPP communicator on X ono nso ne de obeka ye enie or say Sami Jemfi special aid did this in 2024 against the sitting president, vice president, finance minister and majority leader, yet no one arrested him. You still think NPP and NDC are the same? Nanado was tolerant. Oh, hey, and see, that is a Kujo dynamic or no? He's also a communicator, and as I can say, we a special aid to a Sami Jemfi. Now, Nema or ye ne wasi on so somewhere in 2024, no so yes, LGBT kalesibi and or the Baumia picture, a Kufuado picture, at forcing and afe yeras the current minority leader afenyo markings and or the two H no so obia nkoche omuja no manene nam ho de openi ade and so when they Baba Amandu ekoye the same thing about LGBT. Mwatimi akwakoche no wa brekra mo mu nipa ye bi ne de obi anye den anche no. Now wuntimi for nso ayero mo ho pa se sa ne ebekọ ne ekọ ne back to back. So this is wuntimi communications. Wo mo nso mo de a mo de batu dwa enie efa Mahama eho a ebi chese nti wuntimi for no nso wo ma akwache adwumayefo ni nyina na say them because they've also portrayed Mahama in a certain light. Now taking tree, while nim taking tree he happens to be one guy bi asebe ono nso or back and forth power Twitter. Now on also reposti Sam George tweet via or say the Ejapade dwarfs. Can you identify which two are these? Na on also tag hono man say opesi who say there was a timer amount for a more key it said a year ramenshia South MP Nuna Okase Ejapadians and send me. These are some of the tweets Sam George made about it. And now there is a response from Sam George. I said the Cyber Act 2022, Act 1038 was passed in 2020 and is a model piece of legislation that we are working to strengthen under our legislative review. International say Momo Kasa about cyber security and cyber bullying. What Sam George I will come you've even done worse than that. How come now you are referring us to cyberbullying, cyber security, so to say a lot of MPPs are displeased about the fact the NDC for can once and bitterly are now more NPP for actually and they are also doing same. So right now I say you need NPP for planning saying I may don't know mobile power be retaliate there. We don't know, but at this point MPPs are very, very disappointed in the NDC. Now in other issues ekoso ewo Ghana hanum say no Dennis Miracle Abuaje wo no eka anase meka ne say we the communicator and our communications expert edema Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and the campaign team. Now the nsem ya ba to just say a wo chemu say ye hwe de ekoso say pa with regards to fuel prices near the ade ekoso the management NDC aban no in recent times and they'll bet you say VIP you turn buses for so mu to mu fair mu GPRTU for super so mututu mu aye back and forth ni ade no o chem say Ekufuado pension no wo manage for prices ye pa chain the the National Democratic Congress led by John Dramani Mahama wo mu say now he has the explanation to in some way now yenjebre na yentie no embra.
I listened to Felix, the government communications minister, and anytime I listen to him speak, I realize that my friend is still in opposition mood and doesn't realize what time it is. For you to even today, the situation we face, try to make any argument and point that, oh, this government has done well, we've managed it better, you've done nothing. As a matter of fact, we are not autopilot. We are on autopilot. See, if you go and look at even 2022, which they continuously use, and look at now, what we say is this. Go and take the 2022 figures, Alfred, and ask yourself, when the war broke out somewhere in February 2022, what was the situation then? And what is the situation now? So let's look at this analysis quickly. On 24th February 2022, Russia-Ukraine war starts. Very light notes, like, the way Israel has started. They started bombing. Now, at the time, diesel was 7.99 a liter. By 3rd April, diesel had moved from 7.99 to 10.20. That is about 28% increase within the period, which is between 24th February and 3rd April of war. Now, all this time, crude was selling between 117 and 130 per barrel. Let's look at the current situation. On 28th February, and it's interesting, the dates on which this war starts. Russia-Ukraine started on 24th February. This started on 28th February, 2026. Now, between 28th February 2026, when the war on Iran started, the price of diesel in Ghana was 11.34. On the 3rd of April 2026, the price of diesel has moved from 17.70 to 17.70. That is 56% increase. So you see, if you're a government communications officer and you come and sit on radio or TV, and for propaganda value, even when you are supposed to drive all of us together to build a nation, you say, no, don't mind them. We've built the economy better, and that is why fuel is hovering. You are completely misleading the public. Because if we are to take the war within the same period of Russia, Ukraine, and Iran, and Israel, America, the Akufo-Addo government actually managed the fuel pricing better within that period than you are. Really? 28% between 24th February to 3rd April of increase, and 56% between 28th February and now of increase. And then relative to the crude prices, today, crude prices within that period, the period I've been given in 2026 was between $100 to $110. But the Russia-Ukraine period, crude prices were hovering between 117 to 130. All I am saying is that if you want us to do propaganda, if you wanted to use data to look politically good, you have had only a just amount of war. We haven't tested you yet. And if we are to use your performance now in a month to do anything, then we are in trouble if this war festers like Russia-Ukraine did.
Am I permitted to?
No, I beg you. No, don't.
You will respond.
You have your child. I have things I'll respond to you. You just note it. I'm just giving you data. And the point is that data can be skewed to make the argument as convenient as you want.
Are you doing that?
No, yes, I am.
Are you skewing data?
No. I am using the data for convenient analysis. And that's the point I was making to you, that the government communications minister should not go there. That is the point I am trying to make. That if I am to go on the tangent that a government communications minister has gone, then trust me, we can sit here the whole day and nobody will win this argument. Because we can pick the data and make it look good on all of us. they can make an argument. One of the best arguments the government can make, which is fact, is that the forex is looking really good. And that if the forex is probably at 14 or 13, maybe would even be selling diesel today at 20 and not be waiting for next week or 22. That is also very true. But again, that is the point I am making. Using data for convenient argument without substance. On the government announcement after the cabinet, again, I beg you, what is the meaning of we continue to encourage, we are continuously admonishing political appointees that the ban against fuel coupon is still in force? Eduji, Charlie, why? We have all been in government. Eduji seated here. If tomorrow he has to travel to go to tour and go and look at what is going on tour, Eduji will not use his money, his salary, to buy fuel into his car.
How do you know that?
Well, he won't. It's not how do I know, he won't. But why if government said then the government...
Here?
No, but which money is he going to use that?
It's even law.
Which money is he going to use to do that?
The company sends you,
which money
pays for it.
So that is pure populism. What is the meaning of that? Listen, when you are in government, nobody comes to you in the morning and say, this is fuel coupon for you and your wife. Nobody does that. You have been given an official vehicle. That official vehicle is what you use for official functions. That vehicle is fueled. And as we speak, in spite of the so-called ban from last year, every government official has their official vehicles fueled by the states. Nobody can come out and tell me otherwise. Even their own budget has it there, budgeted for. How do you budget for something you claim you banned?
There's a budget line for
fueling. It's in the budget.
Vehicles.
It's there in the budget. It's there.
It's in the 2026.
Go and read it. Yes, it's there. Now, how do you, and why would you even do that? Comac, Mr. B. Richardson, which government would pass a budget or plan and say, I am not planning for fuel for government officials? Government will come to a ground. Because when you go to the Ministry of Energy, you have just 2 or 3 political appointees. The rest are technical people. They are using state fuel to move around. Then when it comes to John Jinapo, he say, as for you, I've given you a ban. You won't use fuel. But the interesting thing, which maybe they are still playing smart, is that when you read it, it say fuel coupons. So maybe fuel cards from Go card is not part, because that one is a coupon.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? The point is, they should save us the populism. He didn't need to even add that to the cabinet release, because that is irrelevant. That fuel coupon thing has nothing to do with the fuel pricing and the intervention that we're expecting government to bring. And then ultimately, there is nothing like a ban on fuel coupon, because everybody, including Felix himself and all the people he has at his ministry, are drawing on state fuel as we speak.
Abuaje na ikuti nsemo wode etuja na chese from all perspectives, the NDCs are failing woefully in managing the crisis koso with the new the Ghana currently, particularly the far fuel prices and when the only one say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president of Ghana, Obon Homodene Echen the year who say with regard to the NDC being in power and the conversation and I say in some way better Ghana for be say wait to is it about me any Nemrante no there are some bunch of jokers and I saying because how can you come and tell us this story? This is coming from a section of the NDCs say they don't agree and say Dennis about the NPP for no say NPP for bom homodene na o share this government omunye she sebe aban oman no yenkwa yanim za say yekwa yanim ni eba yechi as things are not really aligning and all that is Dennis Miracles Abuaje, director of communications at the Emma the Baumia camp no or no ena eka in same way now so ebinu mu chema this comparison Dennis try say obey they don't buy into it. Well, he's trying to be relevant by saying one or two things. And we shouldn't really take him serious with what he's saying. Ebisu just say the comparison is durable because he's saying during MPP time no na Russia Ukraine war and as I say during the NDC no Iran Israel US and tokwani ade and no na yechemu say affected prices of goods and I say affected prices of the fuel on the international market as a fuel need shoot up any other. So they are trying to compare how things are being managed by both government, but according to some section then is the working candy mujitumwa enye. Well, we leave the conversation into your hands. Say mujitumu, say munjintumu no. Mubetimi anche mo adwene wo ho e wo comment section as to whether it is worth it and as nsemo Dennis kano yejitumu ye and as yejitumu a enye. Now ye be free nsem we so na ebusua yakọ nsem foforo so one of the recent cases are Agentre high ewo Ghana hanum say no efa Richard Ni Amakwe and the CEO and as Emeka said the founder of Bills Micro Credit and a microfinance na kaneni ye friend no quick credit no enho now yenina yenim say na warrior with ne yere Joanna Kwe aware no aba betombo ntin so for some time now say egu amakopie mu court now after sensem ne kopie mu court no the final verdict and I said the judgment court ne emaye with regards to the issue no and I didn't say when you naba there've been a lot of sentiment near the beach and we said judge ni na what transem no sono or ne Joanna Kwe endi ni ye because yesha based on one or two explanations are popping up no yet it is the first amount of money Richard Niama Kwe the share quick credit Seneca na lady or that screen is a very beautiful woman na or no de buy because him say body near dear compared to Haja for a difference being a woman yet allegedly say Richard Niama Kwe Haja for real in tea and issues when you na popping up one person I will know so about bonting abe joining the conversation no Aisha Modi now we be nsem bebre so which him say Haja for real nsem na ye kanu say bia onu hunti and Richard Niama Kwe joining enye say ya tro anase bibisa waka akusi say abutre kakra ya che no ene ya ye pese extradite no ekọ USA no Haja for real enim hubi now wacheche nsem ni mu yie abobo boamanfo bako mienu din Richard Niama Kwe ni Haja for real mo niema mo ye ne sumasi nyina Aisha Modi edi ni nyina atudwa sei eno de nsem no tudwa yintie no
Ghana ho hey Ghana ha mo be bre papa enu nti na mo bibia so mo bre no because no kure ni kuro ni mu no kure eni kuro ni mu no kure ba kumpo eni Ghana crowing. Why? Say woni oba oni be ma abre achim na madam fu bi kwa ko wo ye. Wa boda mo. Monko awo 70 by 70. Either say obe ko obe bodam, either say obe ko do wo ba de beba, either say woni nkola nyina mo mba, either say akola ne beba wo beba, either say akola ne be ko wo beba. Nti oba kra do wo ma wo som no. Aja for ye ma e do. Hey, the same way with the year we no. I jadi be yo. Two ni ba no. A shower ni ba no. Love man. I just for your crown 40 say love man. Cause love man ko abeji me 100,000. Wa abeji me $10,000. I just for real. The first baby father or your cocaine dealer. What is too good about Ajia? In Crawford na Ajia training in Ghana. Any person Ajia boom. Apart from Nissan and Kwasia lavish lifestyle, na yen and Crawford kunu, and I am Kotamali, and I am Brayam and Crawford Sikan and Koda American jail. Near Mubon Crawford D. Ajia for real, one bon Crawford D and called them for 50 years. Ajia for real. One more be a dear and called them for 20 years. Abu the trigger munyina ya aja for you na mo mwenya asem. Coffee boat nyina ya aja for you. Chrome 4 bar. Richard Niama Kwe kwano ni business on ye wo Ghana e say ye investigation. Ni e say on dealing cocaine na because as sika no onya no e so fa so bi enu ye nte ase. Ubenye ska wo yire betwe eyi na wo girlfriend a jiwa go mu de enye ska pa. To me ni ska no enye to me papa. Sa wo ma ebetena ase. Richard obisi jealousy. Madam, massa, yeah, jealousy aja for you. Mimi nkoda jail down. Meti America, American citizen. Aja for you, born in the ba. Any ni kunu. A logman on to me call America biom. Aja for you to be step America biom. What is that to jealous? Me and me kita American passport. Maybe jealousy or bana or chin roso. Edin kofo kunu. Eko roso. Emo mufu efio mu yire no mu ma. Oba no one be brother. Yes or no deserve Range Rover. Oba kwasi ampeni a se bitafra cho obo kro no kwa wanwen ho. Hey, me be jealous na yere. Me kita American buko. Me kita Ghana buko. I'm an American citizen. Me wali usisi akwa America. Meti me aje oba $60,000. Uni twa cedi. Me be envy kronfo we ayere. The only American paper kwa wako demu aba. The one oko bubon krofo din ansa na ye beli no. Aja for movie so you be on. Ye buy na be boss akro no. Ene nya kukuduro. Eye cocaine. Eton cocaine. Ewo Ghana ni abrochi anka aja for ye chon mo. Ye mbo sa akoshibra no obo no. Oye lazy on mo pese obe ye chuma. Ene obe blackmailing krofo. Obe blackmailing brofofo eji omo chapade mukwa mu kanfo no do anu ji echap brofofo nyina property okode mu America dia onu nti yebo ne baby father de ba Ghana for life do onu nti ne background po ontumi ntra ne ba ho abridge mu be ka jealousy mu ne many pa say jealousy omo eni pa omudin bibia ni ho me ni girl ni gina ona o gina o ex convict no matter what. I ex-convict, no matter what. So don't fucking compare Muaja.
Abusia Aisha Modi na wodi abetuja say ase ninsemo a woka no ya confirm the rumor amanfo chemu say Richard Niamakwe woni ne ex-wife Joanna Kwe aware gu nyina no efi haja for because utie nsemo Aisha Modi kan dia na chese haja for you de nkofo kunu nom ene na menuro so ene adade a wo pese woje nkofo kunu edifri wo mo ensem. Now on this same matter no there is another expose it has been revealed by Richard Niamakwe ni ex-wife Joanna Kwe ne cousin ono so abekasa efa kwanya Richard Niamakwe ene ne ex-wife Joanna Kwe share things that unfolded and there aware no ababe hit rocks amafo chem say na chese ensem ehihye nsuma things are under darkness ensem hihye suma because yehwemu a na chese ade na AC no there is more to it than we know unimu a onse den hu de ekoso but then way every an insider or the cousin to the beautiful lady on the screens Joanna Kwe yentie ensemu a wo mo editu ja with regards to this whole divorce Richard Niamakwe wife saga ye ba ye beto aso.
And I am the cousin of Joanna.
Okay. So for listeners, I would like to explain that because of the appeal, ongoing appeal, or I mean, we still have a case going on. So it's advisable that she does not speak this whole time to not affect whatever is going on in the trial. But she's with you, right?
No, she's not with me.
She's not with your government. Because there are certain questions that I would ask that it would be great if she was close to you.
She's online with me.
Okay.
I live very, very far from her. I'm not in Ghana. So
okay. All right. So again, you are her cousin.
Yes.
All right. So we'll start from the beginning. When did Joanna and Richard start life together? When did they meet and when did their story begin?
Okay. So Richard and Joanna met in Ghana. So they met in the year 2002
Okay.
when she was 18 years. So it was just after high school.
Which high school, by the way?
So she went to Akwemomai Secondary School. It's in Akosombo, close to Akosombo.
Okay.
Yes. So they met in 2022 at Akotelamte in Jamestown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is where they met and when they met.
Please continue. Please continue. So from there, what happened? Surely they met after SS. What then happened, and how did?
So they met after SS.
Right.
They met after SS, and so they were all. I mean, it was after SS. They were home. You were home, waiting for their result, and then wanting to further the education. But so Richard was helping his mother. His mother had a beer bar, a small beer bar, and in Akotelamte, and he was helping the mother. So Richard, the mother sells hard liquor, and then Richard was helping the mother do that. And at the time, too, Joanna was a sales girl at Makula Market. So that is how they met. And then they registered to UPS, and they were all admitted. So when they were all admitted,
Yes, please, we can hear you.
So UPS, both of them couldn't go. Both of them couldn't go because they were all not from a wealthy family. Joanna was struggling, Richard was struggling. So they decided that they came together, and then they decided that Joanna should continue working as a sales girl to be able to pay Richard's school fees, because the two of them couldn't go at the same time. So that was how it started. So Richard went to UPS, and Joanna was still working, even though she was admitted at the school. She gained at the school. She didn't go. She had to drop out to continue working as a sales girl. So after that, after Richard completed his studies at the UPS, he wanted to travel to further his education in the UK, and Joanna had to still work and sponsor that travel. He had his visa. He went to London for 1 year, and while he went to London, Joanna had an opportunity to work at the bank. So she started working. She started working as a temporal. How do they call that? Temporal. I've forgotten the name for that, but she was working at the bank for about. I mean, the period when Richard left, so he was working at the bank, and then Richard, finished his course. He came back to Ghana. He came.
An intremu if the cousin of Joanna Quay, the former wife of Richard Niama Quay. What you say from the explanations near they are all mano. The journey between Joanna and Richard Niama Quay no was not that easy. Baby, omusha say free year the sacrifices any idea Joanna had to make. Say obejai or no admission and work to support Richard Niama Quay ni ade ni nyina no tells how a shot see that's more like a humble beginning. And in some way beto Jana Mafuchem say okay. So then we are now getting the whole story. This is why Joanna is that's so ewo appeal court on the judgment this Accra Circuit Court MIA with regards to the marriage, you know, giving out a lot of sacrifices. I believe he said the Richard Nyama Kwe Edema no is quite not pleasing, and the Eshemunswa wa contribute pa ewo Richard Abrabu Muhammad for say, oh, if it is really true, say and 70, this is how they started. Kwa omofa sunye Richard Nyama Kwe, wabe Richard Nyama Kwe we are seeing today. And at the end of the day, no, say the entity said it is because of Hajja for real. No, say no credit na one a year ne ex-wife no oni dini ye cry amanfasha say drag Richard Nyama Kwe because of in same way ababetoja. We are just hopeful na ye de chire ahwe say how in some way ebeko na akwakwa kudru. Now yen free Richard Nyama Kwe ene ne yerin semi so na yenko ensem foforo so dia enche a couple of months ago ebusia samobe kaya na we were talking about a year the existence of a new party be a friend the base and a man for Jim say Honorable Kennedy a compre Japan the party we saw a lot of a year and Nkrofoni be going to media stations and talking about this Kennedy Japan party near there. Ken Bekache say on tape party bia. Ene me no woka say on the streets no a Kumawood actor Kofi Edu popularly known as Ejako watie simbonten so na wachemwa say Ghana we need a third force ebusia. I thought we already had a third force being the new force because on also by we need a third force. Ghana has always needed a third force, but we are not seeing the third force. And according to Ejako Nede, Ghana needs a third force. In Tisabra Onieka say that they have started a movement in the base, and I say Rebecca say Ghana First Party. Ebe serve as the third force against the NDC and the MPP. So in view of that, Nene Rebecca said the staunch NPP Ejako that we know, as they say there, he's no longer supporting the NPP. Amanyukoni Biema. Minoka say, what didn't Sembi Atuja about this whole Ghana First Party, the mission, the goals, the ambition of this party. Why in the first place, what is this third force ever out? Yenti Ejako, Embra.
Base Ghana First way ekua ye keka ye ho abom 16 regions ni na yetimi di aba na dachi bia no ebetimi abeye amanyekuo na aba abeka amanyekuo akese na ho dada no ye nyina nim se amanyekuo akese e wo hai eye NDC ni MPP ni omu nyina ye Ghana fo na enso so na to da ayeta fra wi ase wa nani obobutu ankwa NDC a na ko eye MPP enu na enipa bi atena sese da bi se third force ba bibi enkoye bi na bibi ensisi na kwan bi a wo amanyoko eni enu no ebema wo mani ayeden ada ho enu nti na nipa nyina esufre obi a sabe ono de waye na dwen se ejadifo odwene wo ho tourism betimi abakura yi mu obi bia la betimi aye nadwuma enya sabe ablante enya no so ne de ne nkoye fe ebi a yebeto abani be wie no ankoye minister bi ni MP bi ni nkrofo a na je se abadwafo de ye nyina ya ye de enkoa
Kofi Edu Ejako and I sema wo de tu jana che se wo mo de omo priority and say wo mo beba ama Ghana for ehu ato mo enti they are going across the 16 regions to mobilize people asebe that de bia no mo ewo emu arehemu said the movement na the base no Ghana First Party no ebetimi enya sebe samingina so enya emu nipa bia they will be willing and available say wo mo eba bekom ho abomaya manyoko aboa amatememfo ne mmabunu ne mrantie no omo nso mo ho ahen hai wo mo na MPP ne NDC na say no they are fed up with this political parties because say MPP a NDC and there's nothing good that wo motimi alpha the Amagana for now. They took to the streets of KJT and wo mo ekoye wo mo float kone amanfo a ewo KJT edwomo montin so kodidi nkomo ni ade interacted with them just to get a lot of people or more ever join the base movement no yenhwe said eno nso ekoye.
Once upon a time, the
I share no a Jacko Comerwood actor wono ene ne nkrofo a wo mo ka ne ho a wo mo inform the base movement no wo mo tisi mbonten so e wo kejetia na wo mo ne adwadifo ahyenkafo yenuanom a wo mo ewo emonten honom no wo mo ne wo mo edi nkomo efa the base movement ne ho ne se de wo betimi e de wo mo ho aba bedom wo mo. Now there is this write up enche ye de betu screens ne so amao about the whole details e de fa ejako kwa woko kejetia any amount for a kind of home with regards to the base, you know what they want to do. The omushe any mu kwan the ntia omo yesa ni nyina no ewo yesa right up ye de betu screens ne so de amount enti ye hwe ensem ni mu de a na o say Ejako launches new political party to challenge NPP, NDC. Na say Ejako ate amanyu kofofra ene NPP ni NDC eba behwe so say tie na say everyday NPP, everyday NDC no adoso enti they need another particular party eno nso be sorry na ene NDC ni NPP aboso. Now, I say veteran Ghanaian actor Ejako has announced the formation of a new political movement, the Ghana First Party, aimed at reshaping the country's political landscape. International say wachema Ejako say the enim no we Kumawood actor na wate political party for fra. Sa party we no ni niswade hunu ene se ba beboa ama Ghana minor etimi ejina brand. I'll say he described the initiative as a coalition that seeks to provide an alternative to the dominance of the two major parties, the NPP and the NDC. Into a chema onona drink chiremu na na se ni chiremu po ene so mbetimi ate amanyuko we ya ebeboa ama wo mo etimi esi the whole NPP NDC terrain and NPP NDC no and no so betimi abrase and we see a change in the governance in Ghana. I was speaking on the vision behind the party in an interview with the media. Ejako emphasized that all 16 regions are preparing to contribute to the establishment of Ghana First. Into a chema manto edunsia ewo Ghana hanum ni nyina no wo mo be ko ho mo be boaboa nkofo no mo nyina be ka mo ho abomu aye baako aboa ama amanyuko we no etimi abemu na ba be pre de ama Ghana enkan enkom. Now say he explained that the movement is designed to prioritize the needs of ordinary citizens, particularly traders, whilst also promoting tourism and development across the country. Inti sa amanyuko we no when this ade hunu pa ene se wo mo beboa ama adwadifo eho ato wo mo wan han wo mo na afen so ba no tourism ne impuntuo wo man we mu a wo mo nso ede wo mani ahwe ho ama niema akoso yie wo Ghana krodwe mu ha. Or say we shall all know that the two biggest political parties in the country also we all know that the two biggest political parties in the country, the NPP and the NDC, always dominate the political space. As a result, if not NPP, then NDC will win power. That is why we have thought about it to bring a third force to compete with them. We are bringing a party that thinks about the traders, a party that can bring tourism and all development, he stated. Ejako, who is widely recognized for his contributions to the Ghana's film industry and has previously been associated with the NDC. Intuition Semo say he campaigned actively for the party and supported Kennedy Japan during the MPP's presidential primaries. International say Jacko said the enim no ochemwa na enisuade hu no omo edema Ghana say edwadifo ho beto omo tourism bekoso impunto bekoso ewo man mu enti ena omo de sa amanyoko fofore Ghana First Party eba enti abe de ehwe ni mu kwan say omo be niema ebeboa ama amanyoko no asaba anase amanyoko na begina brane na omo apre with MPP and NDC accordingly. Eno ne nsemo Sabre de Ejako de Ababetuja. Now, there have been other reactions among for Bebre Edi Aba with regards to Ejako ni decision say Obabe ye and that's what this Ghana First Party no. But now Kofi Mako tweety X so or say Kofi do unveils ambitious plan to launch Ghana First Party in Ghana. Kofi do popularly known in the Ghana movie industry as Ejako has announced plans to establish a new political party in Ghana to be called the Ghana First Party. International so to say Ejako eni abre say no ye their air kosone dia na kamia say watch ne ho e de free NPP amanyoko no emu because Ejako campaigned keenly for Kennedy Ohene Akompreku Japan. Recently even po primary so mu between Bawumia ne Ken ne ade ehu se ne Ejako etai but Kennedy Japan echi na enya sem ketwan so ende wochemu se bebi Ghana edru no yehia a third force inya manyuko foforo. And I was asking previously what happened to Alentre Mantine party no, is it not a third force? What happened to Cheddar Kwame Bediako onunso ne party no, is it not a third force? Inti third force no, the way he biem any ye here, but at the end of the day no, amount for HMA ane baby Ghana First Party super kwakudu because Ejako asha here by this time media na say obe wo me apa kopem 2028 election, who is going to be their flag bearer, who is going to be their running mate ni nyina no ye wa atwenye mu a ye share how things will unfold with regards to this new political party. It is being set up by Kofi Edu Ejako. Inti ye share updates bi ebeba wo we hu no abusia ye share mobose ye de ebebremu. Now ye free Ejako nsem we so na ye konsem foforo so a enche ye bia no on the internet abusia a branch ye kama bia no ho ofe very handsome guy as such ni din ebeto just Theophilus Ashite ama ebeto just abrantie no ayera ema nebusuafo hwehwe no and a man for starting say wo kasa e found say eba ne saying and a very handsome guy as Theophilus ebetimi ayera sa ama no ayeyi a ede nsem bebre ebeto embonten eso na ensem ne koso ama for chem say we dey ya say Charles Emisa dey bio beto say Charles Emisa wayera yehwehwe na yehunu ni asana wakonya akwanhia ama wakwako nti na ebinum kra dwendwen se omo starting ko ayaresabia hodo enkohwe se yebehu Thomas any of the hospitals because it's a chichi asokakra. Sana busia there is more to it than we thought. Thomas dene there enya yaresabi asem kra na emom ye te se immigration officer ya na anu ada ono nso yera ye kopie mu ye hwehwehwehwe ya sana ya hye ne kunu no ebi na yes on your screens no abrantie and din edi wisdom tete na sa wisdom tete we a police for the ababeto just said Thomas Ashite yera ye no onim ehu ebia eno nso akoye ensem bebre me no ka say police for the hu ensem bebre ababeto to dwa ye behwe ni nyina mu na wo hwa say wisdom tete declared wanted in connection with disappearance of 27-year-old man. A 27-year-old man ena mebo ni din Theophilus Ashite ama na me no ka say the police for the press release tin aba betudwa omuchemu say abrante ye wisdom tete yi omususu say woni baabi a Thomas Ashite ehye nam niema ba ko mienu a wo mo akwakohu ewo baabi a wote enti yensha press release ni mu we the regional police affairs unit Ghana Police Service or say police launch manhunt for suspect in missing person case at Oyibi. It is say a police for eguswa wo mo ehwehwe suspect a we wisdom tete din e wo Thomas Ashite yira wa yira no emu. Nti nsem na so say the Oyibi District Police Command has launched a manhunt for one wisdom tete in connection with the disappearance of 27-year-old Theophilus Ashite ama enti omu chema Oyibi District Police sabre de omu ahase a omu ehwehwe abrantie ba ko anidin de wisdom tete efa Yera Theophilus Ashite ama wedi mfinhia eduonu enson wayera no ehun ose on 7th April 2026 a report was made to the police that the victim had gone out on 6th April 2026 with the intention of selling his Hyundai Elantra Salon car after being introduced to a prospective buyer by the suspect but failed to return home. And to omuchema abusumwe a ewo mu no ne da etoso enson na amanfo bi ekọ police for enchen ekobo report say 6th April na wo mu edehye Theophilus Ashite efifie say wokoton ne Hyundai Hyundai Elantra car na wokoye no na yechemu abranti anidin de wisdom tete yi na onipa obeto car no kire Ashite Theophilus say onimo bi opese oto car no enti womra no omkoton car no ema no yese efri seta Theophilus epie fifie so okoton ne car na ba no Also, preliminary investigations revealed that the victim was last seen at the residence of the suspect at Sasabi after being invited there to meet the said buyer. Enti hwehwemu eba ne chese Theophilus Ashite bre twato a omuhunu no ewo wisdom tete efie esanse wisdom chair ne se womra ne fie na nipa na opese otoka no ebehia no ho na omo aye deal no. Now since subsequent police intelligence led to a revisit of the suspect's residence on 10th April 2026, where suspected blood stains were found within the room, indicating possible foul play. Into omuchema 10th April, na a police for a sign copy mu ewo wisdom tete efie na omkodru ho no no mu se moja asoso edem ho no ma wo mususu se bibi akoso because e bibi ankoso na moja na asoso form ho no eno nso efri hin or say the scene has since been processed by the National Crime Scene Management Team with support from the Anti-Armed Robbery Unit of the CID headquarters. A search operation including community members and local authorities has also been conducted within the area, but the victim has yet to be found. Into Muchema, a free National Crime Scene Management Team and Anti-Armed Robbery Unit omunso free CID headquarters ne timemufo a omo ewo mpotem honom ne ade jeto omo ho so se omo beye nhwehwemu na omo ahu baabi a abrantie akwakofa na so mahwehwe na besinde enyade a omo ahu nechi akwan. Say intelligence further indicates that the suspect has fled the country to neighboring Togo. Efforts are underway, including the initiation of Interpol processes to track and arrest him. Into Omuchema, Omayenshishemu, Akwakohunu say, Theophilus, wisdom tete yi, we Johnny Ghana ha, Mususu se biaya wako pieno, betimi aye Togo. It is omo the Interpol, ni adini na ato no swa, omo eshisheno, na omo acheno. Say the Accra Regional Police Command assures the public that all necessary measures are being taken to apprehend the suspect and unravel the circumstances surrounding the disappearance into Muchema. Accra Regional Police for a year, Mafemu DB Obetimia, said the Beya Omobetimi, and who no crea, and what Asem Emunina. The police urges anyone with information on the whereabouts of the suspect or the missing person to report to the nearest police station to assist ongoing investigation. It is say a police force say ebia unim bebia suspecti wisdom tete or wa obetimi ma police force swati ana Theophilus ashite ama wa yirai so obi eni atwa no so ana obi ehunu bebia wo ma police for aso ente. Miss Julian Obeng, Superintendent Head of Public Relations wono ena nensa ehye krata we ase abusia na chese nipa bonifo semo a ekoso ewo krodue mu ha no enya de atu obetwa ne ene china because tell me why wadamfo wo friend say o menya dealer ma wa opeso oto car na afi nipa yi ba ofia besine yehu babi odi afa amanfo chem se moja abemu si yehu se moja soso dem ho ebetimi kra ba se omoku abranti akoja no atu baby se de see here with the immigration officer ni issues asem no ayare ho yie papa se de you can't trust anybody wo ho a no ama wani ada ho nya sa de out ho na obi ekumu e de fiati asefo asase su kwa entimi ne o ka se de police phone krata foforo ba ye no so and that screens no so say please declare suspect wanted into wisdom tete say or that wanted den a police for Eshishen was say the regional police the Accra Regional Police Command has officially declared suspect wisdom tete wanted in connection with the disappearance of Theophilus Ashite Ama and is calling on the public to assist in his arrest into Omuchema wisdom tete say or wanted nimfoni enenam a police for shishenu efa yera Theophilus Ashite ayirano ehwo. So the suspect is being declared wanted following ongoing investigations which revealed that the missing person was last seen at his residence where suspected blood stains were later discovered, indicating possible foul play. Into which I will say the suspect is being declared wanted following ongoing investigations which revealed that the missing person was last seen at his residence where suspected blood stains were later discovered. And to say no, omo say a suspect wisdom tete no in shishemu say Oma kwa hu se moja bi ni ade e wo ne demo e no no nso ne ho ene biaya etwato a yehu se Theophilus eko PM say indicating possible foul play na chese bibi akoso a e wo so omutumi hu no na omususu se wadwane eko Togo. Now Obasia will say that please urge anyone with information on the whereabouts of the suspect to report to the nearest police station or call the police emergency numbers. The command assures the public that all efforts are underway to apprehend the suspect and bring him to justice. And they say, Ocean someone that screens no eso dia na a police for air chema. They are doing the omobetimia yebia said the beya abrantie wisdom tete and I said me check Thomas Ashite womo ebetimi hu baby Theophilus akwakoshe and I said Thomas baby akwakoshe na sabre de womo etimi abua ama Thomas Theophilus enya justice na afin so wisdom ombra mecheche mu baby a wode Theophilus akwakoshe nti abusia sabre de ensem no ayehu ayarreho. We are just hoping and praying say a police for betimi ehu baby a yenua be ma no Theophilus wa yede na akwakoshe ana said de ato no isan say busia wo de hye no wo mu ani abre pa wo mpese wo mu ehwehwe no na afa so wo kire say wa wonim baby a wisdom tete ni mfoni ene da screens no so no wa wonim baby a owo no wo nso ubetimi edesa information no ama Ghana police for na wo mu nsa etimi aso ni mu abusia yemfamu enfree ensem we so na yenko ensem foforo eso dia na no arehosem a see ye with a football team Adriana Chelsea FC fo a wo mo ekopie mu wo eye Samra Boy ekobo Ghana Premier League enam so ma wo mo sign wo machi aba bese akono akromfo eto hye wo mo so ma etu aboba kwaka Dominic Frimpong 20-year-old footballer man eto anananom wo nsie do no video bi aba be kan yensa na sa video no abusua sa na ye chema prophet nidi ede bishop Nana AJ wo be kasa ye edefa ensem ne ho a na wo chem se wo ho bribisa se yanhwe ni yi a ahwa na yante asem the video na started circulating wo social media so amanfo chem se come here say some of the prophets and I say asofo ni bi wo honom a wo se yetimi efa wo mo serious pa isan se ensem ni bi wo ho mo ka e bia ye hu ne se they are hungry prophets. Any idea they are just trying to say things near there. But share wow kotie said the bishop na neje the ensem way etu dwabusia enye obi necessary ekacho. It is quite serious amount for bebre hu ne say maybe sempanimfo eje ne nsem ni etu mu anaso mu gidi no mu tu ho anamo a anka bebo because he spoke about people and as a footballer se bekwa kobo Premier League no not traveling late at night any ade san say ansha na attack bia bom so and ye na ye nie something like this has happened I could see a whole lot of brouhaha conversations, international bodies recognizing it in there, and to even think say ebusiafo and so ashre omodeshe very young as that enti ebusia bishop na neje nensema wode etu dwa no yebekọ na yakotie said ode tu mbonten so yeba enkomo no yebeto aso de amamu
ofi biem Ghana Premier League GPL yema mpa yemfama Ghana Premier League teams ni nyina 2026 akaka no bobo league na de awie se omkobo match na se ade sa ompa omna ade 2026 anumere kwamunye awo bejeje kwam attack Casper 2026 any cars I got money okay a police for any asuna for escort to cars I got money anado kan buses you know see a serious pa and so benya attacks e come am best attack to bokwan okay anado tiesre se Ghana Premier League so mu tiemi a mpenefo ni tiemi a okobobo na se ade san dama ade enche so no why there wako okay because emunye esumwom ofi biem Ghana Premier League GPL yema mpa yemfama Ghana Premier League teams ni nyina 2026
yeah that is the prophecy a free bishop na neje ho ebai ya no twem say wahu say afiwe mu no Premier League no ensensem bebre ebe pf mu aba and one of them waka ho asem no efa people coming back from a game akwanhia bi say besi eno ene hu ya ayare hosem video we Beton Mountain so no a lot of reactions and a pop it up aba ebi chemu say enka yetie ya anka ebeboa ebi so che say fake pastors no omadoso enti no sebe se sofo a wo ka no krakra be kasampo a enam fake pastors adoso wo kromu ha enkom hye de ennimu di de wo mu nyina omo kekenti se ama yentimi enya sofo cry ni ane na se friend say batakari adoso enti ye hu kremu papa eno enene sebe ebia akọ say this issue sebia anka Omujini diya just in case they had believed this particular software ninsemodi tuja ka brantie kama yo that screen sisui anka wenfi ati asefo asasi eswa enkomo no ekoso but ninyina mu no ebusuanya si awie enti prophecy na eba out no enti minsisa bibia bi mu chese it's high time yehwe nsemo a ene nkomhya hodo a ebeto monten so de ohwe a sebe ubetimi agye di no ebu ha no agye di say ye okrom ansem bi besi no say hu video na prophet we kan but ebi just said the accuracy in this particular prophecy no different change the hu enyina nti it's quite unfortunate asem ne de esi ewie ni nyina mu no eno adaye the updates bi the updates e ba ye won same way hu no ye hu say a lot of international media bodies are recognizing arehosem we a esi ewo Ghana na wo mo a report ene de FIFA for president Infantino wababe kasa wode yako ama Dominic eni na busuan I mean the deceased family into on your screens or say FIFA president Infantino pays tribute to Dominic after deadly robbery attack na say samne de abobo ama na kwakodru FIFA 4 NRC no na FIFA 4 president Infantino wono nso de ya consem ama abusuan wo mo ahwere wo mo de hye and utumu say a lot of Ghanaians are pleased say at least FIFA president kra are recognize yemeka say a player our ball a local team Ghana hanum so much say this shows that the man is working and ye Ghana hanum say ya sebe asembesi kra na je say ye ko target the various ministries in charge of whatever has happened and sana yehu dia koso but this shows say President Infantino he's really working for him to know say something like this is going on in the country Ghana no na say ni eko na djuma and we just said this is good. A big crash I call it say FIFA president the nwaji mu bidia enye ebe say obe call GFA Ghana Football Association no obe call omo to order na omo nhwe de ombetimi aye e de afa Premier League no ehun san say utie some of the reports are eba after this particular incident na ebi chemu said this is not the first time these accidents and robberies so after games and also after Premier League into omombani Premier League because enfamfa so bi rather issues near there amount for bekaya extra Treman FC and also ho na brantie baako supporter baako onu nso ekowu ye ewo honoma na eyare so we can't be here in Ghana Premier League there be in cases upon cases and upon cases. Tebi just say if Infantino is really following what is happening in the Ghana football, ekoso okrodiem hadia and you calling GFA to order and they should do their work well, as particularly their FA Ghana Premier League no ehu. Ni nyina mu no say ukopie mu ewo Dominic Frimpong na busuafia CEO de ma Eduana FC wo mo akwakopie mu ewo abusuafie honom a wo mo de amanebo ekoma abusua no ma kire mo de si poten enam so ema enei wo mo de hie na wo mo ne koye mo de ne call Samra Boys so okwakobo Premier League no one sign na chi amafie abusua yenhwe se de niema esifa koye ewo abusuafie ho.
At the bread the Benya Lanka and Shetu, the Shefita, the Columbian common about the ball. Yanin netted doma, the henny ball now, but I said the old bobby to me, I didn't be in common sound could be come. But they be our own, of course, in the modern morning, in I and air train so big this season. I can't fight budget. Oh, about next season. And on my head, said the SC, the Consadio for what I've been predestined in the Codium common. Share work tribia no and I do no jinaso e me hwe de ebe we are not the catcher say e man never met to say any sense share bia we tra omo mani no ha na ma obetu e de aboa ne bi hwe no ene ebusia na fi so ba bia me ba ne da no nani ni ho pe so ben fie It is a kind woman. And near Busian share no a buma. Onya Ahoba, Norma, the banning free baby or dollar. No man in a minute. And from Papa, c'est pas vrai, c'est des bandes de podcast.
Oh, you're a papa. On your radio, where you need. On in your money.
CEO Edema Eye Eduana FC and I who say wanene dom ekopiemu ewo Dominic Frimpong na busua fie na womo edi arehosemi ekobo abusua se womo de hye a womo ne ne koye ekobo eye Premier League no arehosem a ato no enie na wohwe se de abusuafo ne receive news na eye areho papa abusua wani da se wo de hye ekwaba na okoya wansan ama ne obeti ane se yede ne niema ne bobo ho niema ne boot ne ntade ne ade yede abrem se mode hye na ye ne koye no de kosi ye ni enti waka enchine egu utimu se emoden edema ne busuafo na awofo eni ade nanso asem no se de beka no enya esi awia ye ho hwea enyeye enti ene ya me ne okase de football team mpanimfo no ana football club mpanimfo no wo mo akwakopie mu ewa busuafie ho no ma wo mo ede ya konsem ede ama wo mo de asem na esi no nso ede abo wo mo yemfa eye hyedensem ema abusua ewo sasem we ho na yenko ensem foforo eso me ne okase the man of the moment what trendy across the globe internationally being recognized bonabaso to ne hunyom Casely Dr. Casely Atoforsen, who happens to be the finance minister de Emma Omai Ghana. Now World Bank abonabaso anya basobodie just say enya basobodie keto de mu ode yankasa na yemfa ensem into screens so ema about basobodie World Bank for the Amakis that forcing. Just breaking. The World Bank has praised Ghana's finance minister, Casely Atoforsen, for helping lead the country's economic recovery, saying Ghana's economy is now showing strong signs of improvement. Into Omuchema World Bank, Abo finance minister Abaso said, "What di Ghana enim almasa brede Ghana yesikasem economy no ejina brane na ohwe niama ekokoso sese ewo man ni mu ni dia na echese impuntuo aba Ghana ye economy ni mu we are seeing progress, we are seeing growth a omochemu se ni nyina no hwana ensanu adwuma ni nyina finance minister Dr. Casely Atoforsen ni nsanu adwuma womo abona baso World Bank abono abaso. Now aside World Bank no IMF fonso the ensembia toja with the growth rate Dr. Casely Atoforsen edi animu a yehu no womo de nsema toja nti wo hwe screens ne so or say IMF revises Ghana's growth rate for 2026 up from 4.6% to 4.8% despite global economic pressures. Into omuchema IMF for chemo mahwemu ehun se Ghana yempuntuo no enyini 2026 enyini every 4.6% akwa kodru 4.8% empo no ye hwe niema ekoso ewo ewiase afanan mu entokwa wodo Ukraine Russia war na egusu ekoso nketenketen na Iran any Israel any US fon so edwo mo ho agimu enti a lot of things is happening na ke betimi Ghana your growth rate economically no nka eso ate aba from nanso enije pa say no Ghana your growth rate no sebe akosoro a ni nyina no Dr. Casely Atoforsen na etimi ama no abamuza. Now Dr. Casely Atoforsen tweet bi betu dwa efa ni meeting ana se ni nhyiamudie bi a wɔkɔkɔ yɛ between wɔn ne IMF ne World Bank ne yɛbɔ n'aba so wɔ ho na yɛbɛhwɛ ne nsɛm a wɔde ɛto X ne handle so na yɛaka mu de ama now yɛhwɛ nsɛm a Dr. Kingsley ato forcing de ebetu dwa na abusua na wɔka akwa kosi sɛ ne nhyiamudi a wɔne empanifo hyiaye ne the outcome no or say earlier at the IMF World Bank spring meetings in Washington DC I met with Ann Bird, managing director for operations at the World Bank, to discuss Ghana's progress and priority inti nhyiamudi ekoso Washington DC na IMF World Bank for de share so no Oshia Anna we the managing director edema managing director for operations dema World Bank na omudi nkomo edifa Ghana niema ebeboa yen ene niema betimi ama oman no etu empon. Say despite global shocks, Ghana has remained resilient, supported by prudent policy decisions, buffers and strong reforms. Inti said na waka no enema bebre a akoso wo wiase afa na nyina no Ghana ye de ye wo entonkoso honhom a ye koso a ye guso a ye tokoso ye de ejinasie ne policies beboa enema sebe ebetimi ama oman no ye sikasem no enhwe ase na ebekoso agina brane no na ye de ahihye so or say increased gas production has also helped cushion the impact of rising energy prices into muchema ebano gas LPG said they na you produce first no ya tum iti no so aboa ama fango hun sensemo a ekoso no sebe enhyeda emmoye kese saa ewo ho. Also we are now addressing inefficiencies in the energy distribution sector through private sector participation to improve performance in Tisabede. Womo ehwe na eniema enko yie se ba no fango ho nsem wo private sector ni emu a ombeboa ama eno nso akoyie wo ho. O say an Bird reaffirmed the World Bank support and stressed the need to resolve energy sector challenges into director for operations at the World Bank no where atudwa say womo de omutai Ghana omutai yechi na womo be ye omo nso mafemu de de aboa say de be ya eniema enko yie no yebetimi ade atutu yie ewo oman Ghana emu ni nyina mu no onipa ba ko a wa ba be kasa de afa abaso body a ye de abo Kingsley baby free pa ama sebe se ye hu economy ni se de etie no correct governance President John Dramani Mahama na se wobu wo Ghana hanum se ne no ene ama Kingsley atofo sinkra ye bono abaso yenko na inkuti nsema wode tudwa
poto hwe egum
by external factors may affect ye.
Oh, external factors they affect yen pa. Yen ka obebi ada se Ghana yen ti moon. Ghana yeti asase so earth. Inti ade bi ebesi obebi bia ebeka yen nemom kwan ben na ban na wote so no. Nhihye ben no ya sa external factors ne ba wo shock absorbs ebeso so mu a ebema economy na ejina. Eno na President Mahama. Enye sa shocks here absorbers awenya ekita economy ni mu a anka sa street of hormones o se debe ya be anka bi be kan yen anka ne petrol no yentumi nto ananka seed no atofom ananka economy no asay because ye hu bi da asem ne ba ya ne de akose Russia Ukraine asem ne ba ya ne de akose COVID ba ya NDC yan fon kose ntoko bi aye even though ntoko no ani issues aba no affect the economy no affect your situation no ya nhihye sa situation no affect you to the extreme to say the affect you na no eno ni aban papa eno ti na IMF boy abaso no eno ti na World Bank boy abaso no because omankase who say niema ye beto ya na asay no ye the system ministers ayama ye abna enye se President Mahama di 4 years awie o within 1 year pe ade obi di 8 years say no President Mahama ni NDC aban abna ye di 1 year pe afa atare na pompon no ato so aye ne kama eno na IMF ehu a ye boy abaso no eno na World Bank ehu a ye boy abaso no ene ye wiase nyina ministers na ba ho e Washington ho ye wiase nyina governor of banks ene ba ho nti ye wiase nyina na ba ho ene ye frɛ Ghana na ye bon se mai se Ghana mo aye ade because when your mampani a tikase ye de so da ye pa a ono waye nhihye ye pa ene true ne nhihye ye a waye physical discipline economic prudence me kambrofo a ye na efiri nkrase no mo ntinti na ya me pese meka inflation sa me won say economics words terms inti me pese me use sa terms because nkrase for ye sebe ye sa ne man ye ntiase ba there be na say efiri krase inti we admit say ye na efiri krase aba betra nkran na ye what say there ya betra nkran there be ye hu si ye nkrase fo inti ye no ye ne ye maame mu ne ye nuanom kasa na any opportunity I will let them understand what the real situation is. Inti abasoboni ebo ye ni nyina no it's about good leadership. Eye aban papa okọ cabinet meeting a okachi obi ase Ghana for the tumi ama yen say ade na asay no yen be reset ni yenye ni yie. Na ade ni e ba be ye ni yie no ya hye Ghana for bo say 2028 ya the scorecard na be kire Ghana for ne aka kire mo say asay ne e ka say ye ba be reset no and na yetumi reset ya na baby am free wo minerals commission in the mining sector e de ne yetumi aye the fight against illegal mining e de ne yetumi aye inti eno ne hihye pa inti san hihye wei e na Ghana fo nyina ye ni age inti me hu news no me ni age sa because it has given me some sense of hope. Say, Ghana political system no eba sesa because Ghanaians will not forgive any government. After President Mahama said, only 125 ministers beba ababe wasted taxpayers' money on the ministers. Ubabe bloated government. Ghanaians will not accept it because they have seen a messiah like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or these system ministers moving inflation from 23 at the about 3%, moving unemployment from 18 to 8%, at the city every 14 at the about 10, at the fuel about from, at the external stabilization ye sika external debt yatete so ye niam nyina economical structures no ya say ya ye ni nyina yie ya hyehye ni nyina yie ama ye boy abaso only with system ministers within abna 1 year ye ndi 4 years you 1 year pe
abusia elembele keke nensema wode to dwane ekotie na chese wo ka kosi say as we stand here and as say dey organ ha say no dey abasobodi a sebe yerakisi Dr. Atofos na akwaje ewenipa dom ni aman hudo bebre nim no eye mampani John Dramani Mahama ne modembo now yenko eye ensem foforo eso na sabre die yenyina yebedi da sese se wonam Ghana krodwema some principal streets of Ghana ubenwa ne se Lebanese nibi no abeso mu no opeso o semanisko semanadwane o se krebi no manya aye bold enough so matitete basic insults ewo Ghana I mean ye twi language ni mu a wa mana no odi watem wa mana otwetwe watade se aye force na no na me no ka say Ghana Immigration Service for ede aba betu dwa say twa no pano tinton time se sa de no to oba betwa ewo Ghana krodwem omo ani amere a ye hu ni yie ewo man yi mu nti on your screens no o say GIS Ghana Immigration Service to crack down on street begging and registered migrants in Accra into omo sha ase de omo be sha ase free enkran pompuni mantem ha na enkola ne mofra ne mpanimfo a wobekọ na bi wakọ mpanimfo ne pavement no so na omo target person na no maso mo mane so mo nkonkwaji sika no saa de ni nyina eto eba betwa wo krodwe mu hanum say na omo a omo sebe uyo obi a monitor you see say saa Lebanese for we yetimi sha da fa bus pa ni aso omo agum ni abehwe omo agu kwa ho na ye gya omo anadwo de so ade beche no omo gu street ni so bebre ni nyina no illegal na omo de abepie mu e wo Ghana ha Ghana Immigration Service chem se sa de na to obetwa omo nyina ye bebo omo come back e de akọ omo kromu a eto ebetwa because ya nhwe ni ye a enye ye ama street ni mu aye clumsy unam kra unhu omo ana se wo dodge untimi nko straight esa se obeko straight because of these people you might end up going left right front back ewo eye kwan no so a GIS for edin same way abetuja and amafo chem said they should have done this long time ago the dada musimu immigration service aden the dada wanye US but my kwesa aden wo streets so GIS tamu to baby enti aden na Ghana they atena se ayenhwe ama nkrofo yi wo some parts of Accra wo ma gi honum nyina boso uya hwie nye ye ene na fe na mo hu se e wo se mo mani Ghana for chem say it's a good initiative they need to act up fast na sa de no ano etimi ebrase ewo Ghana kodwema because enough is enough omo abeye bieye and ebema beye bua menina omo nso mo beseresere kakra eye enye Lebanese for nkwa we have some Ghanaians Ghana for nkola bia wo mo nso ebo sa abra ni bi e wo kwan no sa de Lebanese for yo ma kire ye kwan enti wo mo nso a start wo mu suasua akra timi fifie oh sister o ma 50 pesos kotonso sa empanifo craft strategy ebinum tumi de clear bag show mamotom na me ko ha na me lorry fare ira oboa de bia ono nkwa wonam sa kwan ne so na GIS for che se wo mo ebedi dwuma e de afa sa asem no ehunti ye hwe kwan wo mefa so a wo be strategic about it said de be ya this issue no anobe brasses particularly ewo enkran hanom esse ni nyina mu no Ghana ye mampani President John Dramani Mahama amanfo kan ho nsem enam video bi a abetodwa na sa video ni mu no no kan nsem bi edefa the health of Ghana for ehho a as a war state timelines ni ade wo si edididi ni amanfo jem say say mampani no oye bibia bio or wadani dietitian be a nutritionist health professional he's everything because in church manu it is rare for a president to give that kind of a teachings. People are expressing their opinions on the video. Now, yesha video nimra na unso fawo opinion about this particular video no at comment section no ase.
And so one of the aspects of the free primary healthcare tool will be to educate people on what makes you susceptible to non-communicable diseases, how to change your lifestyle. I mean, if you are the kind of person who likes eating heavy foods, you are not physically active, you are sitting in one place, and yet when they give you your fufu or banku, you say it's too small. You want a big bowl of fufu, and you want to eat it every day. Sometimes you eat it at night before you go and sleep. All those dietary changes you'll be educated on. Please, by 7 o'clock, eat your dinner and don't eat again. If you are hungry, just take some cup of tea or something. Don't eat any heavy food. Banku in the evening, you come from work in the evening, and then your poor wife is tired. Come and do banku, come and stir banku for me at 10 o'clock in the night. Why? So, an aspect of the free primary healthcare will be education on how to maintain a decent lifestyle. Our fathers and co used to eat banku and fufu late in the night, but they were physically active. They used to go to the farm and they expended energy. Now we don't do any physical activity. You wake up in the morning, no exercise, you eat breakfast. They used to walk to the farm. You go and take your car, drive to work. When you go to work, you go and sit behind the desk from 8 to 5. You close, you take your car again, you come home. And when you come home, you say, where's my banku? What physical activity did you do to deserve banku? You know, so change of lifestyle will be part of the educational activity of the free primary healthcare. And then we're going to have a category of them. The health.
That is a health tip free yanyiska from our president John Dramani Mahama na chese ochira mu amusoli abanku ni fufuo ne konkonte ene bo 7 ana musi hu pa cho ma me katebe ne mixe mu na musi kwan hu na mudi no munyai esanse enya de a ebeboa mapomudin and amanfo chim said this is the president we voted for mampani a wodwen ne manfo wonti any privilege bi obenya bia no chese wo kan nsem ebeboa ye ama se be apomudin agina ye because uhwemu a wa launch ene no launch the free primary health care for cheap compounds polyclinics ni ade sike ekomu ne so pa enti se wamfa efutuo na ama na ojamu na moye de mo pe na yade ne do so ana chese ni sika na wodi hyemu no nso no sika no ebetimi akosoro enti efutuo we de eye papa amanfo abo eye mampani aba so se we sansem we tudwa because a doctor for no mo kan o mo abre e bia no ono akoye mampani de wono nso de nanu tumu bia ebetimi ayeyie a eno nso abetodwa now ni nyina mu no another person say amanfo started tagging no ono ankasa no people have been tagging him already and now wakoka nsem ya ma say de omo tagging as political prostitute sebe allegedly yera Hobson Adoye na chese yenim so ye MPP ni a afi de we free MPP party ni mu a asem bia e fa MPP fo no hu no chese wonne wa ye se wonne MPP fo ne twene twema me ntwe ba enye so monte ne ye ya na wode wo mo hu nsem abetudwa na eno na wo chem se bre bi etwemu no we started tagging President John Dramani Mahama as a drunkard. V pictures we be circulate ye na as a club bottle bi ni ade esi nanim ni ade amanfo chem say hey onipa asebe we mampani obeye ne me beboa man ya na say sebe obi o press obe president no and warrior club is an ni amanfo chem say how can a drunkard sebe be say oba be bu oman no ana sesen eno na obsina do ye dia ba beto dwa se saa ade no na propaganda wono kura na de beto monten so mo tena ase no mo come tibom no mo plan plot ye eno mo de beto dwa se mo be push sa agenda no na mo de atanehye President John Dramani Mahama ni image wo Ghana ha na nsem we ya obsina do ye dia beto dwa ma fo chim se papa we ide ma party bi anje no because wo ko dom NDC kura na asem ma da chen wo ba be hwe ni nyina e de gu monten so am se wuntumi kan wa nuntum ene ejapade o china se bibia ba be na ise wo kan yenye ne den amanfo etwabo ne bi so che se ye pa se wama yehu the true colors of the new patriotic party NPP amanyuku ni yenko na yenkotie Hobson ne nsema wode tudwa
propaganda ba ko bia ya ni ekreti MPP4 ya ni ekreti about John Mahama. Okay, I want to tell them say they should stop it. Nancy on satacha ko kaya na John Mahama a drunkard and then John Mahama drunkard in Yinano, the kukuye, and I put it out. I am saying it today, sir, it's a propaganda. Now come on. Me say me na me de beto abonten. Me na me de bet maybe ti we me no monza. Me no pa. Why na hu me e wa abonten say mabonza to togu from that. Why now who John Mahama so abonza to togu from that? It's a propaganda. A propaganda. Me say me Hobson me Adam de to abonten. Niya yes oh okita frax gra a whiskey no me na me de to a proper. We cooked it.
Dollar ma say we too much.
We cooked it.
Feel fire no.
Na Abraham War Airport. John Mahama took kwa na me ana me hwe no. One the wife took kwa. Omu VIP.
So now your boss.
Oh, fortunately no kita ne frat. But the boss wa Lordina say, "Hobson bra." Ano no abie, wa se menfa grass mra no hwe kakra gum. Eye ginger ne se orange o bibisa no amese. Be se menum bi. Ginger and orange. Asusu ni esi okita fraxa eye whiskey ano de agum. And no monam. The propaganda. It's a propaganda. John Mahama is not a drunkard. It's not. Mugabe me catch you say. We are simu ayeti. Say uwo ku mu a. Uko according to Ekuo principles. Who free mu now who say principle na mediate no enye papa ese say wo sakra wadwene. Let the people know say what sakra.
Now come Ghana 40.
Now come Ghana 40. Be say Ghana di bia wo tie me. Obi aka cho say do Mahama ye kowinse ni oboa.
Mahama akoto efi o Dubai. Akoto we wa ha.
Me say oboa.
Ni nyina na propaganda.
Na me pe video bi dia bananka mo ampo. Senka gremofo no monza. Ana me wa. Obi agremoni asenka no monza.
David.
Na ka monhwe kremoni bi na monhwe ne nante na monhwe se nipa no nam ho na ye normal na so wabo.
O video no.
You want video that me hwehwa mfa me late nti.
To the bebreme.
The next time I'm eba, wo dia me jakra met man sane e dia ma. Na boma man fo hwe. Yes obi ntimi nka say ye won sha ase no no mo wine. After the atiasi whiskey. What catch said the pan so a drunkard?
Hey!
What catch said the pan so a drunkard?
Summer. Hey!
Adia Yajina Yasu.
Hey!
Won't grow for you.
Hey! Germany. Whiskey no Bajuma. What?
Won't grow for
Yes! What?
Who production to you too much?
Hey! Ya go back as well. Of an idea.
Too much. Won't go for you too much. You see?
Wow.
You see?
Wow.
Now, what you go to idea? You will lead that when you're drunkard. What do you mean?
Allah.
What do you mean?
Production and there was some mayor you me. What?
So,
but I was saying, on Kasakeko.
Now, me Mrebiana me kase me need to obiaso. Because I believe in one thing. Me baby I be free no. So, just me amakasa. Eche hono wo kasa dia bisa se eye no kre. Se ye no kre na o kase enya no kra asembeto. Eti me no me need to obiaso. What you say? But I am saying here today. Say, sir, say Mahama ye drunkard no. It was cooked.